What's up, everybody? It's the Alpha Heel 7. It's been a while. It's been a long time. You watched my last video that I put out there, State of the League. Everything was normal in the world. Everybody hugged each other and held hands and sang Kumbaya. And since then, the world has turned to shit. We have a virus we can't get rid of, and people are dying, and we're getting mad at each other, and we're pissed over maple syrup. So there's a lot going on in the world right now. So since my last video. So I first off want to apologize for not making anything in a while. The content's been kind of down at Apex. The activity's still there, but unfortunately the content has went down. So let us talk about that. I'm very transparent with all of you. As you all know, I will tell you everything, ins and outs about my life, whether it be good or bad, ugly, whatever. So, as you can see in the background, we have a new layout. And I do want to apologize in advance because it does look a little dungeony with the ceiling. So, the house that we bought, again, we're new homeowners. Thank you, thank you. We sold our house in a suburb area, and we bought 5 acres and a ranch house. So, a little different. We're chicken farmers now. So, do the little Green Acres song for me. Got you younger guys on the a country bumpkin redneck back in the we're chicken farmers now. We have fresh eggs every morning, and I can go out on my patio, not hear anybody. I can hear birds, and it's like the best thing in the world. One of these days I'll give you guys a tour of the house, but not today. But yeah, with that being said, as you can see here, the previous owners, I guess the guy had some sort of like stupid shit going on with the basement. He had like sheets and lights hung. You can see the lights hung up underneath it. So it was like some little bootleg prom setup. But he said his daughters found it on Pinterest, and he's like, "Hey, I'm going to do this," and that's what he did. We're working on getting rid of that. We're going to put drop ceiling on all the ceiling down here. I'm going to paint the back. As you can see, had some stuff in the back. Got some posters. I got a Von Miller autographed jersey I'm going to put up. We're going to make it pretty, but for right now, this is what it is. I got my TV that I play the games on. I've got my custom arcade that I'm proud of in the back. And we're going to make it work, man. We're going to make it work. This is a State of the League. It's not about the background. It's about the content. It's about what we got to talk about. And we got stuff to talk about, man. Where have I been? Well, again, I bought a house right at COVID. Said, hey, man, didn't even understand this. We signed on our house, and the day after is when Ohio shut everything down. So we were scared shitless. We weren't going to be able to sell our house. But we lived in a neighborhood that was very up and coming. People wanted to buy into it. Great schools, low taxes, very close to the city. So we sold it. Got this house. That's where we've been at. COVID hits. Everybody goes crazy. I lose my job. My company goes out of business. My 2 kids, their daycare closes. So what am I doing all day? I'm watching kids, man. Like Michael Keaton and Mr. Mom. Daddy daycare like Eddie Murphy, man. It's been crazy. I got a 5-month-old and a 4-year-old, and it's hard to do content, man. Like changing diapers and chasing kids around. So that's why the content has not been there, and I do apologize, but we will get back to normal. We will make this league fantastic. That's what my motto is, and that's what I plan on doing. That's where I've been. So with that, I got a new job. Allows me to stay at home right now and work, and then once things get under control with the whole COVID thing, I'll be out and about. But my kids are back in daycare. I can do these things now. Everything's been great. With my other job closing, we were blessed because they gave us a pretty good severance package because they went out of business, and I was blessed to be able to find a very similar job with a very similar company that I was at before. So everything's been working out great. I know not everyone else has had the best of luck, and I do keep a lot of you guys in my thoughts and prayers, and I love you guys in Apex. So But I wanted to come on. I wanted to be like, hey, let's do a state of the league. It's been a while since we've had that, so there's a lot been going on. If you are new to the channel, I want you to like, subscribe, and click on that bell notification. That will allow you to get notifications. See, I'm not as smooth as some of these YouTubers. Yeah, click the bell notification, and it comes up, and they're like, click on that, because that thing will tell you when I, post, and just click on it. I guess that's the thing to do. That gets you likes and subscribes and all. But yeah, so that's been going on. If you're new to the channel, if you're new to the community and you're like, dude, I love this, I want to be a part of this, I will have the description below how you can join the league. It's very easy. We do want to get some guys in there, and we're going to talk about that in a second, of where we are owner-wise, wait list, where we are now, where we want to be heading in the future, how we look, when we're going to start, all that stuff. Let's kind of start with where we are. You're new to Madden. I'm going to assume that this is your first time watching. If it's not, you'll understand what's going on. We created this about January. I created this. I wanted to get a bunch of guys. I felt like I had the recipe for success on how to run, a successful Madden league. I've done it in the past, and I felt like, I wanted to create a league a little different than a lot of other people's, where it can be more for adults, working fathers and husbands that don't have a lot of time, thus the 72-hour period, and just create a community for gamers and like-minded sports individuals to be able to just kind of unwind and relax and talk, shop with people. So that's kind of where we are with the league. That's why I created it. January, I can't remember the exact date. Went through 2 successful leagues or seasons. Went through our 3rd season. And halfway through is when the draft happened. All the rosters started to hit. There were some good rosters hit the Madden share community. Had a lot of guys go, hey man, we're not too far into it. Wouldn't it be cool if we were able to actually use these new rosters? Since guys haven't really been able to really build their team an entire cycle. And I said, you know what? That's a great idea. At the time, I thought it was a great idea, and we would just create it, have the 2nd league, and just kind of move right through it, crown a champion for that season 3, then dissolve that, get going with the 2nd league. But man, when you do something like that, and that was a mistake that I made. Again, you guys know me, I'm very transparent, very honest with you. I will admit when I make mistakes, and I did make a mistake with that. I should not have created or even came up with that idea right away, because guys were just ready to go. They were ready to leave that other league and go into this one. So we did have 2.5 seasons with that. We did dissolve on the 3rd season, halfway through. Really hate that. I know a lot of guys built teams the way they wanted. But what we did do is we did a reboot, and we did a team selection with guys that were already in the league, and we said, hey, send me a list. Send me a list of your favorite team. Send me a list of your top 10 picks that you want. What I try to do is try to go through and get every team or every guy his favorite team. Now, obviously, you can't do that because there's guys that have multiple teams, or not multiple teams, multiple teams that have multiple people that like them. Okay, we had multiple people that like the Bills. I don't know why. I was the only Broncos fan, so I was pretty blessed on that. Had a couple people that like the Packers. Had a couple people that like the 49ers. So we had to go through that whole thing. But I felt like it went really well. Pretty much everybody, for the most part, got a top 5, 6, 7-ish pick of who they wanted. And nobody bitched about it. So it was a success. We used the updated rosters. We have the rookies on there. If you don't know, I let everyone take 2 rookies on their team and upgrade one to a superstar and one to a star. Because Madden, the way that they work with these rosters, everyone's on a 1-year deal if you do this with rookies. So I allowed those 2 rookies to be on a longer deal. So that's where we are. So right now, where we're at, we're on the 2nd season. I did make it to the Super Bowl. That's awesome, right? No, I got ass kicked in this. So Mr. Witness, one of our great owners here, was just one. I'll tell you what, man. If you want to lose to anyone, you want to lose to this. He doesn't talk trash. He's not you know, like he doesn't talk a bunch of shit, and you know, you're like, God, I hate losing this guy. Super humble, super nice. So I mean, my hats go off to him. Great guy. Just got his banner made. So he's our season, I guess, official season 3 winner. So we're on about week 4 of the second season. So we're doing really well. Every team is filled. I've been blessed for the most part. We haven't had to like go out and advertise teams. We've been really advertising that wait list. As you guys already know, things are kind of dying down with Madden 20. Wait lists, teams, leagues are just kind of going down. We have about 2 guys that I really like on our wait list, and then nobody. So I will tell you this. If you are interested in joining, I would tell you to join the wait list now, because here's how we're going to work with Madden 21. We're going to get a lot of apps. Every league gets a lot of apps. I could fill 2 leagues if I wanted to with the amount of apps that we get. But we're not going to do that. We're going to have 1 league because we're not quite there yet on running any type of developmental league. I don't have the time for it, and I don't think structurally we're there for that. So if you are in Madden 20, you will have first dibs at Madden 21. If you are in there now and you leave, you're going to move to the back of the line. Just that simple. So just keep that in mind, fellas. Stay in the league. Do not leave. If you leave, you will not have first dibs at your favorite team for Madden 21. Okay? So that's where we're at. So we have about 2 guys on our wait list. Would like to build that up. And everything's going really great. I have a couple housekeeping items that I want to go over with you. One is attitude, okay? And chat etiquette, right? So one thing that you guys already know, I leave politics, religion, anything like that out of the chat because we are very diverse. We have people from all ethnicities. We have people from all cultures. And I don't like having crap just dumped into the chat. So everything that's going on in the world right now, I told my chat, I made a big, big post about it. Leave it out of there. I don't want us to discuss that stuff in there because people get, with good reason, people get very offended by what somebody could type. We're a very hostile world right now. Praying every day that we come together as a community and a society, not just our community, but society. God created, whether you believe in God or not, God created us as in his own image, and we're all the same. We have different colors, but we all bleed red, and it's crazy. But I keep that out of there, okay? At some point, I would like to be able to have us all be able to talk about stuff in there. And everything right now, people are pins and needles. It's a very sensitive subject. I just want to keep that out of there. I want you to be able to go into the chat and get away from that. Just right now, just with all the hostility going on, I want you to be able to get away from that. So we keep that out of there. So let's keep anything that could be deemed as offensive out of the chat. Secondly, with the chat, I do not want you complaining about a game in chat. Now, you want to complain about you feel like you were hosed by Madden, that's fine. But do not disrespect your opponent in the process. I've seen it happen, and I don't like it, frankly. I'll give you a good example of what is okay to do. Not just because it's me, but, I lost the Super Bowl. I was really pissed that I was, setting max protection, and Witness was getting 3 of his linemen. They were just getting right through. They were peeling right off on me, I was getting locked down. So, man, you've got really good linemen, man. They were just peeling right through my line. That's okay. But what's not okay if I was like, dude, you got 3 trash linemen that are getting through, you're getting so lucky. That's disrespectful to him. Okay, so don't do it. So don't disrespect them in the main chat, and don't disrespect them in DM. Do not send shitty messages to your opponent saying this and that. If you have an issue, bring it to me. Go through the channels that we have it in the rules how you're supposed to do this. Do not get shitty with your opponent. I will not stand for that, and you will be out of there, okay? I'm not going to put up with that. And play the way that you want to be played against, okay? Do not play this lobby ball bullshit. And we don't have that. As of right now, I would think that, because we have a really good base of owners, we have very limited amount of complaints that are going through the channels right now. I would say that we have about 20-25 really solid owners that we're going to carry into Madden 21. That's really great to build on, especially if you're only halfway through a cycle and you really don't have anything. It was just created in January. We're in the end of June. I think we're doing great. I want to build off of that. I want to build off of the owners that we have. Goals in mind, man. I have goals that I want to achieve, and that would be, we had a PGA or a golf league. Went through a whole season, and then that kind of died down. But that's kind of what I want to do again. It was no filter golf. I want to do it again. I want to get a golf league going. I want to get, NBA 2K has kind of died down, but I want to be able to have an Apex, my player team. Call of Duty, with our schedules, we haven't played that as much, but I want to be able to play that. Let's play quads and Warzone, duos and whatnot. So there's a lot that I want to do. And here's the thing. If you guys say, hey man, there's a game I like, I want to see if there's a need for it, a niche. Get enough guys, I'll create a channel for you, okay? I'll broadcast it for you, okay? If you guys play, like NHL or something like that. So just keep that in mind. All about helping you guys out too, but I want to be that one-stop shop that you come to for your leagues and gaming. And, I'm not ashamed to say this. I've said it before. I want it to be very difficult for you to be able to leave this league. I've had guys that leave the league but stay in the chat because they like the chat. I've had guys leave the league, stay in the chat, and then end up leaving. Whatever. I've cleaned the league up a little bit, and, we are where we are. Are we exactly where I'd like us to be? No, but I feel like we've done a great job of maintaining great owners, great people, and just, again, building off of that. And it's not a pat on the back to me because it's really not me. It's you guys. You guys have been able to really come out there and, play your games, do content. And I'm open to suggestions. As you guys know, you guys have a good idea. I'm all about implementing it. I am not a dictator. I do not say, no, we're not going to do this. This is not going to happen. We do it this way, and that's the only vision that I have. It's not like that. Calculated, one of our great owners, has actually brought a great suggestion. We just implemented it. 10-minute quarters, 13 accelerated clocks. So basically, it goes down 13 seconds. So guys can't sit there and do all these adjustments at the line. So you have to be very methodical about it. I love that because in real NFL, you see a lot of times that clock goes down to 2, 1, they hike the ball. So I like that. We turned it up to 10 minutes from 8 minutes, and we lowered the accelerated clock. So I do like that. I feel like it does put together a nice game. Calculated, man, when he put that in a rule suggestion, I don't think one person was like, no. He put it in a very methodical way. Like he was like, I'm going to, this is why we should do this. I tested this out. So any suggestions, I'm open to it. I normally run anything that I change to through our staff channel, and if I get the thumbs up, we do it. Now, sometimes I just go out and I do it if it's something that I don't really feel like running by. But for the most part, man, it's your league. You guys do it, right? So that's where we are. We're in season 2 of our reboot, and things are going great. Just keep the crap out of the channel, the chat, and just be thoughtful about what you post in there, because it could be deemed as inappropriate. I'm not PC police or anything like that, but we've got guys in there of all different, there's just differences with everybody. I don't want to offend anyone. Really don't. I want it to be a place where you can come and have fun and not be bullied or not be offended by something somebody said. Let's just keep it clean and have fun. Secondly, so scheduling has become a big, I don't want to say sore subject, but I do want to say that there's a lot of thoughts on how, there's a lot of cases that have come up, like, should I get the force win? Should he get the force win? Whatever. Here's the way that I'll look at it. Case by case. First off, case by case scenario. I'm going to look at your DMs. I'm going to look at when you guys, got a hold of each other, who was most open and flexible, and we'll go by there. But here's my expectations with scheduling. Phil does a great job of putting in a schedule. This is when everything is going to be, here's the schedule for the next week. We will advance after this game. When you see that, my expectations is that you reach out to your opponent and say, hey, when can we play? We're up. Now, normally that gives you a 36, 48 hour window from that advance because he posts it before advance. After the league is advanced, you have 24 hours to post when you're going to play. So it gives you plenty of time, okay? So I want you to post that because after that 24 hours, the last game that is scheduled, that is when advance is going to happen. So if you have not posted, you better play before that last game is posted, or you're going to get a forced sim or forced loss. So just keep communication open. I get it. People are busy, okay? I'm busy. I'm married. I spend time with my wife. Yes, I love her, right? I mean, it's kind of crazy. I've got 3 kids, okay? I cook dinner most of the nights because my wife doesn't get home. I work. I mow 5 acres, okay? And I do a lot of stuff around the house. So there's no excuse why you shouldn't be at least able to check your phone, you know, say, hey, we're up, and that's it. Leave it at that. Schedules aren't always going to coincide with each other. 2 guys may come together one week and they're both super busy. We'll figure it out. If you take a forced loss one week, not the end of the world. I promise you. You will bounce back. We turn injuries off now, so you're not going to be subject to some crazy bogus injury. So keep that in mind when you guys do the scheduling. So those are really the only housekeeping items that I have. I did want to talk about where we go from here into Madden 20. Now, I personally believe that we will get this season done and 2 more. Now, you may be saying, man, Madden 21 is right around the corner. How are you going to do that? Well, let's look at it. Today is June 24th, okay? The end of June. However, Madden comes out at the end of August. So we don't start at August. We don't start right when it comes out because we are not one of those leagues that are going to start our league the second that the game comes out and then, you know, a patch comes and corrupts our league or allows us not to have certain abilities or whatever. I've seen various amount of leagues that did that. And they did it, and they had to restart their league. We're not going to do that. We're going to let the bugs and kinks work themselves out. And then once that big patch comes, then we'll look at starting. But there's a lot that goes into that. We want to do some testing. We want to do testing with abilities. Are we going to use abilities this year? As you guys know, we turn the abilities off because we feel like you play more of a sim style game. Stats are more realistic. Sacks are down, interceptions are down. I feel like just a better, more realistic feel. But we test that. We test time. We test sliders. I'm not a big fan of sliders, to be honest with you, because if you screw with the sliders, chances are EA sends a patch out and your sliders are null and void because that patch is based upon default sliders and not what you have put in there. So it kind of changes the entire game. I'm not a big fan of sliders, but we test that. We test everything out to make sure that when we start week 1, we are ready and we know that we're ready to go. So just keep that in mind. I believe fully that we will get this season done and 2 more. Now, is that a guarantee? No, not a guarantee, but we'll see. So time will only tell. So that's where we look at right now as far as Madden 20. Madden 21, let's look towards that a little bit. And what's that going to look like as far as team selection? And that's a good question. A lot of guys have asked me, how are we going to select teams? Are we going to do a team draft? A lot of leagues, what they'll do is they'll do 1 through 32. Guys get put based upon, how sim they are, how long they've been there, how much they do with the league. I'm not going to do that. I felt like the reboot, the team selection was such a big hit. That's how we're going to do it. So what we're going to do, the guys that are in Madden 20 that moved to 21 are going to obviously get first dibs. And hopefully it's all 32 guys. Because keep in mind, if you're playing now, you're going to have an advantage over anyone that joins later. But keep in mind, we will probably have a form, Google Doc that says, who's your favorite team? And then I want you to list top 10 teams, 1 through 10. Now, if you pick Lions and as your favorite team and you're like, pick number 1 is the Lions, I'm going to try to get you your favorite team, okay? Do not come to me and say, my favorite team's the 49ers and your logo is the Titans, because I can sniff that out. I'm going to try to get guys their favorite team, and the reason is that guys that pick their favorite team are more careful with how they build their roster. They're not going to trade off, Aaron Rodgers because they're partial to Aaron Rodgers because of the team. They're going to treat him like a franchise quarterback most of the time. Am I going to be able to get everyone their favorite team? No, but I do feel like that's the most successful model for getting everybody a team that they want. So that's what we'll try to do. Team selection. So that will be towards the middle of August that we'll probably have some sort of form out. Staff will put the teams together, everybody where they need to be, and then I'll have a team selection. Simple enough, like we did with the reboot. So that's where we go with team selection in Madden 21. And again, I want to thank you guys for being a part of this. This has not been the most easiest thing to achieve, is success with an online franchise. We are not going to be a Facebook league where, yo, everybody, Thursday night we're going to have a fantasy draft. 10 guys show up, and then the league is dissolved on Friday. No, we're going to build from this. My goal is to create a community, but keep getting better. Learning from our mistakes, learning from our past, and not to repeat that and move forward. That's the way that my thinking is in life, and that's the way my thinking is with this league. So that's what we're going to do. And guys, I just want to say that so I got a special at the end here. I've got a little surprise for you. But that's kind of where we are. That's kind of where we're headed. Any questions you guys ever have for me, you're more than welcome to ask. I'm an open book. I will be honest with you. It's that simple. So, I want to kind of close this out. I have a surprise. I am going to buy the game for 3 users in the league. So, Madden 21, I'm going to buy the game for 3 of our users. Now, who are the users? I'm not going to go over that as of right now. Users will be like, oh, he's sweet. He's buying the game for me. Peace out. I don't think these guys are going to do that. They won't. But anyway, I want it to be a surprise. I'll do a later video, or maybe I'll just let you guys know in the Discord chat. And it's just my thank you. Thank you to, I can't buy the game for all 31 guys, but I can buy 3 copies. And I'm not going to buy you the Lamar Jackson Mutt Superstar Edition that gives you like 30 cards and 15,000 coins and all. And nah, you're getting the standard edition. If you don't like that, suck my balls. Anyway, I'll buy you the standard edition, and it's just a thank you for being a part of the league. I know that, it's not always easy, but these 3 members, I felt I'm going to go by how long were they here, how great of a, addition have they been, have I had any issues, and again, this is not my 3 favorite people or 3 best members. These are just 3 people that I feel like deserve it. If you're not one of them, don't get offended, because at some point you could be one of those guys that I buy the game for. As long as we're financially blessed the way we are, I plan on doing this. I have Apex gear that I plan on handing out during broadcast. And thank you to Al, by the way, one of my favorite owners, Al Ferreira. He has provided us with Madden apparel. He has his own store. So if you are a league and you do need apparel for your league, hit him up. This stuff is awesome. I've got shirts. I have a little onesie for my 4-month-old or 5-month-old, which is pretty cool. All the stuff is like pressed on there. It's like not cheap stuff. It's like it will not come off. It looks awesome. But I'm going to be giving some of that stuff out. So we have some really cool stuff going, in an award show. I plan on doing award shows. But as you guys know, it's a very old, it's a very long process to put those videos together and, put it together. So I may not do one every single season, especially if we move through. But I'm definitely going to do awards every season. May not be as they may not be as exotic as the award show I did before, but I want to be able to do content for you guys and just give you guys some immersive feel for the league. I don't want it to be like, yeah, we move through season and that Super Bowl winner, nothing. I want to celebrate that. I want to enjoy the moment. I want to be everybody to enjoy themselves. And I want to, you know, hey, you won the award for the best owner. I want you to have some pride in that. You know what I mean? Like, I know this is an online league. I want you to have pride in that, you know, because you should. 32 guys you beat out to be able to be, you know, the best owner of that year. So we're going to continue to do that stuff, continue to grow. And yeah, with that, I mean, I appreciate all you guys and what you've done for the league, because you guys are the backbone of this league. I'm just the guy that, like, created it and kind of runs it, but you guys are the backbone of the league. And if I didn't have as good of owners as I do, I don't know if this would have lasted, or if I would have had the determination to keep this going. I mean, I do think I would have, but man, having good owners, it just makes it so much easier. Like, there's not a lot that we have to there's not a lot of gameplay issues anymore. Little to no. I mean, I hope that, you know, and I hope this continues, man. You guys are great. Just continue. Good attitude, play your game, communicate, keep the chat going, man. I mean, you know, I love jumping into chat, man, and seeing you guys type in there. Sense of accomplishment. Just want to thank you all. Wanted to get on here and do a quick vid, but it looks like that I'm running around 31 minutes, so I'm gonna get this done. But again, thank you for everybody. I'll let you guys know about the 3 owners I'm picking to buy the game for. And then hopefully we'll get all this stuff set up. We'll get this TV. We got that paint. Hopefully it'll look a little bit better next time I do this. I got a green screen, so I can do that. I just feel like it kind of looks... Look at me. I'm on the beach, but I'm not really on the beach. I'm in basement masturbating. Anyway, thanks to everybody for watching. Do want to join. At the bottom there will be a link to our rules and an application, and once you fill out the application, I will get back to you on Discord in our chat, get you all set up. And if you do like what you watch here, I do have a bunch of other videos highlighting your rules, broadcasts, and other type of shows, so check them out. And with always, stay safe, and if you can't be careful, name it after me.